Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. So today we're going to have a look at a super duper beginner's version of Brown Eyed Girl. Now this is a two-part video. This part is for super duper beginners that are sort of under the sort of 12-month mark of learning to play the guitar. And then there'll be another video where I actually teach you exactly what Van Morrison's doing. As and when the second video is available, I'll make sure to link it in the description and I'll put a card up for you. And the idea is that everybody can have a go at this tune. So it's a 4-chord tune? Yes. So we're using G, C, E minor and D. Pause the video if you need to get those under your fingers, but I also think it's worth mentioning. First link in the description will take you to our private Facebook group, and from there all the tabs and the chord sheets for everything I've ever done on YouTube can be downloaded there for free. I don't want anything from you. But all I ask is that you join the group and maybe occasionally talk to some people in it. We've got over 1,000 members in it now and it's a really positive little community. This, especially if you're fairly new to the guitar, I'd advise downloading the PDF and printing the sheets off. No cost to you whatsoever, but I think it'd be really worth your time. So those are the chords that we're going up against. We're going to learn the two main strumming sections for the song, but we're also going to have a look at this, which is the bit that starts it. So I've loved that 4. We'll talk about why that 4's a little bit awkward in a second. But so we're gonna you see these funny looking markers, these funny looking brackets either side of the music. These are called repeat markers. So if you know the song fairly well, you'll know that it plays that riff 2 times. Now, Van Morrison actually plays it all the way up here. But on my acoustic guitar, we're sort of running out of runway a little bit, but also I think it's worth mentioning because this is a beginner's lesson, I've scaled it back a little bit and we're playing it at the bottom of the neck. So with all that said, let's break this down. So we're going to have a go at the very first bit. Now we're going to start with a downstroke on the open G string, followed by the 2nd fret on the same string, and I'm going to use my middle finger for this. Moving on with a downstroke, I'm going to pluck the B string. And then can you see how I'm working my way back? I've already played this 2nd fret on the G, and then I've got the open string again. So you sort of go up 3 notes and then back 2. Pause the video and get that under your fingers. Now this actually appears in bar 3 as well. Can you see how bar 1 and bar 3 of that lick are exactly the same? Now the middle bar, it's the same rhythm and very similar melodically, but it just uses a couple of different notes. So we've already played 0, 2, 0, 2, 0 in the first bar. We're then going to move down to the B string and we're going to play fret 1 with the index finger, fret 3 with the ring finger, open high E, we move down just like we did, and then we work our way back. 3rd fret, 1st fret on the B string. Can you see how I'm doing down and up picking? Now if you're fairly new to the guitar, this is really important. It's going to feel like you've taken 2 steps back, but what that's going to enable you to do is it'll enable you to take 3 forwards. Try and get plenty of down and up strokes in if you can. It'll pay you in dividends later on. I promise you, it's well worth your time. So the first 2 bars sound like this. And then we play the first bar. Bar 3 and bar 1 are exactly the same. Now that's bar 3 and bar 4, which completes the whole line. So again, if you've got the PDF for this, I'm still looking at the intro. This is bar 3 and 4. We've just played bar 3. Bar 4, we're going to go up to the D string and we're going to pick an open D with a downstroke. Then I'm going to come across a little bit and play this 4th fret. Now this is an F sharp note. It doesn't sound very pleasant because music's all about tension and release, and this is very much one of those tense notes. But you'll find that after you've played this note and you move on to that open G, it starts to resolve. And all's right in the world. So you've got open D, 4th fret of the D. Now I'm using my ring finger there. You can use your pinky if you want to, but I'm just going to move my hand up and play it with my ring finger. Open G, 2nd fret on the G. Now that 2nd fret you can either do with your index finger or your middle finger. So we glue all that together, you've got and we're going to play that twice for the song. So I'd advise pausing now and getting that under your fingers if you feel like it needs a little bit of work. So I've split this lesson up into 3 sections. You've got the melodic part that we've just spoken about, and then you've got a verse, and almost like a pre-chorus stroke chorus. There's basically 2 chordy sections to work through next. Now after you've played that twice, if you've done your job right, Van Morrison should start singing there, and we go to a G chord. Just a reminder, those are the chords that we're working on today. And we're going to start with the G chord, and the strumming for this song I've toned back a little bit. All we're going to do is 4 downstrokes to the bar. So these notes here are called crotchets. We've got 4 of them in the bar, and they last for a beat each. Now what that means is I just want you to do a downstroke and count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fret your G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I want you to do. Now moving through, this is the whole verse. So again, can you see those funny looking brackets have come back, and then there's a times 4. I'd like you to play this line 4 times before you move on to the next part of the song. So we've got 4 G's, 4 C's, 4 G's, and 4 D's. And we're just going to go in a big circle. Now we're looking for continuity. It's a big word for a Thursday. We're looking for play the notes, play the 4 strokes, and then try and get to that next chord while not altering what the right hand's doing. We don't want this. We want 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do that 4 times. Now, if this is a little bit of a challenge for you getting to those chords, slow the record down. There's a, if you go to the bottom right-hand corner of your YouTube player window, there's like a little cog icon for the settings. If you go in there, you can make the video play slower. I'd go into that and put it to like 60%. I'd much rather that you play it slowly and you play it right rather than you play it rushed and it sound like a sack of spuds. There are a couple of cheeky little ways around that C chord if you're struggling with it. You could do the C major 7, which basically has the 3 notes minus the B string. You could do that. I'll leave the ball in your court. If you're struggling with that C chord and you're looking for some alternatives, head over to the Facebook group and post it in there. Post a question in there and I'll do a little clip just for you guys in there. So that's the second part of the song. Just like. So then the lyric is My Brown-Eyed Girl. So we've just gone from that, we've played it 4 times, and now we're going into this section. Now this is the only part of the song that doesn't have any repeat markers. So we're going to do 4 C's to D. My brown-eyed girl. Then we've got this cheeky E minor. If you remember from the first slide with the chords, E minor is 2nd fret of the A and 2nd fret of the D, and you strum all 6 strings and it gets really dark. To C, to D, G. Pause the video and have a go at that. It's all the same chords with the exception of that E minor, just in a different order. The pattern's still the same, the pace is still the same, the way that it's all played is exactly the same. It's just a break from that repeated 4-bar link. Now if you refer to the PDF that I keep referencing, that you can download from the Facebook group for free, what essentially happens in that song is you do the intro, you'll do the verse, you'll do that midsection, and then you essentially ping pong between the verse, the A section and the B section, the two last bits that we've looked at. And you ping pong between those with the exception of just before the chorus, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, before that bit, you hang on to a D note. It's all laid out in that format, really, really clear. And what I do is, once you sort of feel ready to tackle the whole song and start getting the structure under your belt, make a cup of tea and just put the song on and just follow it with a pencil. You don't have to play it, just tap each beat out and just make sure you're getting all your repeats in the right places and you're finishing at the same time that they're finishing. So I haven't really done much stuff recently geared towards beginners, and some of you have asked for some sort of more toned down kind of lessons. So I hope this has been accessible for you. Let me know in the comments if you found this helpful and if there's any other sort of beginner tunes you'd like me to have a look at. I'll see you next week for another guitar lesson. Thank you so much.